Welcome to video lecture on Internet of Things Technology. I Anupama V, Assistant Professor at Canberra Engineering College, will discuss the topics of Module 2 of Internet of Things. In this session, I'll discuss the topics sensors and actuators. In Module 2, topics covered are smart objects, the things in IoT, connecting smart objects, IoT access technologies. Sensors. Sensors are fundamental building blocks of IoT networks. In fact, they are the foundational element found in smart object, the things in IoT. Smart objects are any physical objects that contain embedded technology to sense or interact with their environment in a meaningful way, being interconnected and enabling communication among themselves or external agent. Sensor sensors. A sensor measures some physical quantity and converts that measurement reading into a digital representation. The digital representation is typically passed to another device for transformation into useful data that can be consumed by any intelligent devices or humans. Sensors can measure anything worth measuring. They are able to provide an extremely wide spectrum of rich and diverse measurement data with far greater precision than human sensors. Sensors can be readily embedded in any physical object that are easily connected to the internet by wired or wireless networks. Sensors come in all shapes and sizes. There are a lot of different sensors available to measure virtually everything in the physical world. There are a number of ways of grouping or clustering sensors into different categories. They are as follows: active or passive, invasive or non-invasive, contact or no contact, absolute or relative, area of application, how sensors measure, what sensor measure. Now we'll see each group of sensor, how they are grouped and example for each group. Active or passive. Sensor can be categorized based on whether they produce an energy output and typically require an external power supply to active, or whether they simply receive energy and typically require no external power supply. That is, if they require external power supply, they are active sensor. If they don't require external power supply or they are battery operated, then it is passive sensor. Second group of sensors are invasive or non-invasive. This categorization is based on whether a sensor is part of environment it is measuring or external to it. If the sensor is part of environment which is measuring, is called invasive sensor. If it is an external part of the environment which it is measuring, then it is non-invasive sensor. Next category is contact or no contact sensor. If sensor require physical contact with what they are measuring, then they are called contact sensor. If they don't require physical contact with what they are measuring, then they are called no contact sensor. Next group is absolute or relative. This is based on the measurement type. If the sensor measure on absolute scale, then they are absolute sensor, or they measure based on the reference scale, then it is called reference or relative sensor. Next group of sensor is based on area of application. If the sensor is used in a specific industry, then it is specific industry sensor. If it is vertically used where they are used, then it is the sensor which are used vertically or across. Next category is how sensors measure. Sensor can be categorized based on the physical mechanism used to measure sensory input. For example, thermoelectric, electrochemical, optic, electric, fluid mechanic, etc. Next category, what sensor measure. Sensor can be categorized based on their application or what physical variable they are going to measure. So, with this, we have studied how to categorize or group or cluster sensor of different kinds. There are a lot of classification of sensor based on the material, cost, design and other factor. Now let us see the example of sensor types based on what the sensor is measuring. So in the presentation you can see different types of sensor called position. A position sensor measures the position of an object. The position measurement can be either in absolute term or in relative term. Position sensor can be linear, angular or multi-axis. Example for position sensor are potentiometer, etc. Next sensor type is occupancy and motion. Occupancy sensor detect the presence of people and animals in a surveillance area, while motion sensor detect movement of people and object. The difference between the two is the occupancy sensor generate a signal even when a person is stationary, whereas motion sensor does not if the object is stationary. Example for occupancy and motion sensor are electric eye or radar. Next sensor type is velocity and acceleration. Velocity sensor may be linear or angular, indicating how fast an object moves along a straight line or how fast it rotates. Acceleration sensor measure change in velocity. Example for velocity and acceleration sensor are accelerometer and gyroscope. Next sensor type is force. It detects whether a physical force is applied or whether the magnitude of force is beyond a threshold. Example for force sensor are force gauge, viscometer, etc. Next sensor type is pressure. It is related to force sensor. It measures the force applied by liquid or gases. Pressure is measured in terms of force per unit area. Example for pressure sensor are barometer, gauge, etc. Next sensor type is flow. Flow sensor detect the rate of fluid flow. They measure the volume or rate of fluid that has passed through a system in a given period of time. Example for flow sensor are mass flow sensor, water meter, etc. Next sensor type is acoustic. Acoustic sensor measure the sound level and convert that information into digital or analog signal. Example for acoustic sensor are microphone, geophone, hydrophone, etc. Next Next type of sensor is humidity sensor. It detects humidity in the air or a mass. Humidity levels are measured in various ways, maybe absolutely, relatively, or in the mass ratio, etc. Example for humidity sensor are soil moisture sensor, humistor, etc. Next is light sensor. Light sensor detect the presence of light. Example for light sensor are infrared sensor, photo detector, flame detector, etc. Light sensor is present in the mobile phone. The type of light sensor present in the mobile phone detect the lights and based on which the brightness of the mobile phone is adjusted. Next is the radiation sensor. It detects the radiation in the environment. So example for radiation sensor is neutron detector. Next type of sensor is biosensor. Biosensor detect various biological elements such as organism, tissues, cells, enzymes, antibodies, etc. Example for biosensor: blood glucose biosensor, pulse oximetry, etc. Next type of sensor is temperature sensor. As the name indicates, the temperature sensor measures the amount of heat or cold that is present in the system. They can be broadly categorized into two types: contact or non-contact. In contact temperature sensor, they need to be in physical contact with the object which is being sensed. In the no contact sensor, they do not need physical contact with the system which they are going to measure. Example for temperature sensor are thermometer, calorimeter, temperature gauge, etc. Next type of sensor is chemical sensor. Chemical sensor measure the concentration of chemicals in the system. Example for chemical sensor are smoke detector, breathalyzer, etc. Now we have discussed the sensor type based on the what the sensor is going to measure. Now we'll see some of the example for sensor. In the presentation you can see the biodegradable sensor developed by NDSU for smartphone forming. Similarly, you can see the sensor present in the smartphone. The sensors present in the smartphones are near field communication, proximity sensor, magnetometer, accelerometer, humidity sensor, gyroscope, moisture sensor, microphone, fingerprint sensor, digital barometric pressure sensor, thermometer, touch screen, light sensor, global positioning system, that is GPS, etc. So if you have not observed this in your mobile phone, you can observe. Growth of sensor is increasing day by day or year by year. You can see the graph of sensor per year in the graphical chart presented in the presentation. Now we'll see what is actuator. Actuators are natural complement to sensor. The diagram indicates or demonstrates the symmetry and complementary nature of sensor and actuator type of devices. You can see a real physical environment is sensed by the sensor and it is converted into digital representation. Based on this digital signal or electrical signal, actuator will act and do some useful work on the based on the digital representation or electrical signal to the real or physical environment. Actuator receives some type of control signal or electrical or digital command that triggers a physical effect of some type like motion, force and so on to the environment. Actuator vary greatly in function, size, design and so on. Example for actuator function: a smart sensor is to evaluate the soil quality and which can be connected into a wall. That wall acts as an actuator. Wall actually controls the water flowing or pesticides or fertilizer flowing through the that pipe. Actuator provide the action, hence the name actuator. Actuator can be compared to the functionality of humans. Human use their five senses to sense and measure their environment. The sensory organs convert this sensory information into electric pulses that the nerve system sends to the brain for processing. Similarly, IoT sensors are devices that sense and measure the physical world signal, and their measurement are converted into electrical signal and sent through some way to process to the microprocessor or microcontroller for processing. The human brain signal motor function and movement, and the nervous system carries that information to appropriate muscular system. Similarly, a processor can send electrical signal to an actuator that translate the signal into some type of movement. Like sensor, actuator can also be classified into various category. Let us see various classification of actuator. They are type of motion, power, binary or continuous, area of application, type of energy, etc. Now we'll see what is type of motion actuator. Type of motion actuator are categorized based on the type of motion they produce. Maybe linear, rotatory, or one or two axis basis. Next type of actuator classification is based on power. Based on their power output, the actuator can be classified. Maybe like high power, low power, or micro power. Next type of actuator classification is binary or continuous. Actuator can be classified based on the number of stable output, state output. They are called binary or continuous actuator classification. Next, based on the area of application, actuator can be classified. They are specific to industry or vertical, that is where they are used. Next is based on the type of energy. Actuator can be classified based on their energy type. Commonly used classification of actuator is based on the energy type. Now we will see the type of actuator classification based on energy type. Mechanical actuator, electrical actuator, electromechanical actuator, electromagnetic actuator, hydraulic or pneumatic actuator, smart material actuator, micro or nano actuator. Example for mechanical actuator are lever, screw jack, hand crank, etc. Electrical actuator example are bipolar transistor, diode, etc. Electromechanical actuator example are AC motor, DC motor, step motor, etc. Electromagnetic actuator example are electromagnet, linear, solenoid, etc. Hydraulic and pneumatic actuator example are hydraulic cylinder, pneumatic cylinder, piston, pressure control valves, etc. Smart material actuator example are shape memory alloy, ion exchange fluid, bimetallic strip, etc. Micro and nano actuator example are electrostatic motor, micro valve, etc. Now let us see how sensor to actuator flow work. For example, let us consider temperature sensor that it detects the heat. Then after detecting, the sensor sends this detected signal to the control center. Control center sends the command to the sprinkler. Here sprinkler turns on and put out of the flame. Here sprinkler is the actuator. Temperature sensor is the example for sensor. Now we'll study how sensors and actuators are packaged and deployed. Micro electromechanical system, that is MEMS, they are referred as micro machine, is used to integrate and combine electric and mechanical elements such as sensor, actuator on a very small scale. One of the keys to this technology is a microfabrication technique that is similar to what is used for microelectronic integrated circuit. This approach allows mass production at very low cost. The combination of tiny size, low cost and ability to mass produce makes MEMS or micro machines an attractive option for huge number of IoT applications. Example for MEMS, inkjet printers use micropump MEMS. Smartphone use MEMS technologies for things like accelerometer and gyroscope. In the presentation, you can see the example for MEMS, that is TRA, horizontal ratcheting actuator, that was developed by Sandia National Laboratory as a low voltage alternative to micro engine. In this session, I have discussed about sensors, actuator and MEMS. In the next lecturer video, we'll see what are smart object, their definition and how they are connected in a sensor network.